Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. What an exciting time to be alive. Skinwalker Ranch, Lizard Peni Roundup. Wow. Who would have imagined? Welcome to the show. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Christos. Hi, Karen. How are you doing, guys? Hi, Jargo. Good to see you all here. So I hope you're all as excited as I am about this show. We did, some of you might have been in remote viewing class last night, and we did Skinwalker Ranch. I was really excited about the results there. Totally not what we think, eh? Feel like we're on the lobby of the Hadron Planetarium. Nice, yeah. Hi, Crystal Clear. Good to see you. So this is some exciting news we got the other day. Wait for a few people to come in. Good to see you all here. It's snowing here in Canada. We've got, over the past 4 hours, we've gotten about 2 inches. It's quite a lot, about that much. Had to go shopping and stuff, so sorry I was a little late there, but things happen. So, what's up, casualties? I mean, friends and fellow subscribers. Yeah, do like the video. Please give me a thumbs up. I don't suggest sharing it that much because sometimes if you share it, the algorithm will stop giving you notifications. Hey, Grande Gringo, good to see you. So we are going to take a look back. So you give me a minute and we'll see if we can find last night's broadcast. Let's see what we've got here. 122. Awesome. We do have it. Now let's see if they give me the chat. Sometimes it takes more than 24 hours for them to give me the chat. But it looks like this time we're good. Excellent. Let's see. I'm looking for the responses. Back a little more, I think. Let's try forward. Okay. I knew it, Max. You can't fool me all along. Let's see, where are we here? Caden. I do want to reread your responses to this. They were very exciting. Oh, okay, yeah, got to be back about here. There we go. I found the area. Okay, Skinwalker Ranch. Power shift. So let's see what your responses were like to Skinwalker Ranch. Um, keep going back a bit. Dark hole. So what I remember seeing, or seeing you guys see, was lights. Animals was an interesting one. Train station and bricks was the first response in. The ocean was a cushion and a parachute. Jojo was a planet. Pamela Jean comes in after all this and says, weird animals are beings, which I saw as well. I saw an animal that kind of looked like a horse, but it was changing form. It didn't stay a horse, kind of morphed. Well hidden, see light source, but in the darkness, merry winds. And at Skinwalker Ranch, there's a lot of those. A lot of lights, a lot of craft, a lot of strange beings, dark flat landscape, the ocean's flying again. Spartan O says, funny hats or dresses. Let's see, dark flat landscape. Thousands of snakes all writhing in London or something, or some 1800. So we're getting some old tech type of feel. I did get that myself too, which was weird. Puzzle pieces on a giant war board, a dark hole. So we had light holes and dark holes, realms in the earth, saw objects thrust into black looking hole, silver images on a cube, turning like a rolling dice. More technology. Desert Rose saw a burst. Just amazing what you guys saw, how congruent it was with what we were seeing. Explosions in the sky. There's some interesting connections to Egypt. Egypt, very excited people preparing for the Great One's return. That was from Scotty Boy. And a little ways along, he got the idea of Hermes Trismegistus, which was interesting. Saw coloring like an explosion, Pamela Jean. Holy hermit, holy hematite. It's Hermes, he says. Wavy lines, mountain area. Incognito was good. From Incognito, don't want to be found. So what we kind of are finding with Skinwalker Ranch is it's a hidden thing. In a pyramid, it's like a transformer transforming blocks, moving in and out. There's an archive of this image. Yeah. Stone ruins. So what we kind of got in the end, what I ended up saying, hey, London man, was that Skinwalker Ranch, as scary as it seems, one impression a guy had was your impressions as you go in, what you're thinking in your mind, will affect what happens to you there. I thought that was a really interesting one. But what we seem to see is it's a cover-up for possibly a portal for something great to come through or something good to happen. And that seems to be why there are so many people in that area trying to scare people away, putting out images of animals. They could be real, I don't know. Doing the mutilations, showing up in craft, having strange lights, strange happenings. Hi, Capalicious. It's good to see you. Every time they dig, it gets mad. Yeah, the old tech, there was an underground element to this as well. Pyramids. Maybe there's a hidden pyramid down there. There's also mounds, dirt mounds, probably burial that somebody saw. You butchered that. Hey, Hippie Shake, good to see you. So what do you guys think of that? Skinwalker Ranch being a cover-up, a psyop to keep us afraid and away, just to hide something great that could be coming. Maybe there's something coming that they can control, or maybe it's something they can't control. That would be even scarier for them. Or are they waiting for like the Christ child to come so they can kill him when he's born? Is this, what was that king's name that killed all the young men in the story after the Christ was born? Was it Herodotus? No, I can't remember. Can't remember the king's name. Where is Skinwalker Ranch? That's another thing. I wanted to take a look on Skinwalker Ranch and see what we can see around there. If there's any sign of ancient tech, pyramids. Okay. Skinwalker Ranch, Triangle Fort Duchy, Utah. They're all in Utah, I guess. So we'll go for the homestead, Skinwalker Ranch Homestead. Okay, let me share this with you guys. Okay, so what have we got here? Let's see. So there is Skinwalker Ranch, apparently. I don't see the house. Skinwalker Ranch, Homestead 2. Okay, I guess there's a house in there, deep in there. Yeah, there's something. Saw another house down the road. A bait pen. Sherman Point of Interest, Skinwalker Ranch Triangle. Okay, let's take a look at the triangle. Looks like some scarring in the land, possibly an old road of some sort here. I don't know. Well, let's take a look at the 3,000-foot view. Let's see what's here. Well, that's interesting. Right off the bat, there we have an interesting structure sticking out, a couple of them. Let's see what you guys have to say. Homestead 1 and 2 are the oldest. Cool. The triangle is where they have a 10,000-foot anomaly. Okay. You mean if I go up in maps? Let's take a look. I'm kind of curious what this is. Maybe a procession way? Maybe something magnetic? We do have a structure here. Let's take a 3,000. Oh. Kind of looks like a face on its side. We have a face up here. This is pareidolia at the moment. We have a headdress, a neck. It looks like a sphinx, maybe. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I wonder if that could be a sphinx. Let's take a look around. Other very face-like looking structures too. Yes. Don't know what that could be. Let's look for the biological markers. See if it's, well, it is biology, but what, if it's a single animal, we should see some colored water, and we do, a little bit. Not in the area I was expecting, but I would expect more to be down here. And we do see something. Okay. So this should be where a pooper is. And what do we see is some colored water and a train or a line of an opening. Okay, so some type of singular biology. Oops, some type of an accident over there. Look at this again. We have this type of walkway or something. I wonder if those are causing magnetic anomalies in the area. There is quite a lot going on this big rock here. A lot. What is that? That's a tower of some sort. Okay, a power. We have a power line running through it. Very interesting geology. And these small procession ways or inclusions here. There's several of them in a pattern almost. Let's check out if we can find a pattern to it. So there's one there, one here. Let's see if the pattern follows. Should be right around there. Yep. There's another one. Harder to see. But it is opposite this one. Huh. Very interesting. So these anomalies in the landscape, like this one, could be causing magnetics. I don't know. Very interesting place. Definitely a biological artifact. Has kind of looking like a mermaid almost. They tried tracing water there at the old homestead one, but put green dye in it. Never came back out anywhere, including the creek. I might watch it back if he keeps the show up there. Kind of feel left out. Had to miss that now. Aw. So what do you guys think of this being a portal for possibly Hermes or some iconic? And that does kind of starting to look like a mermaid with a tail coming right around here to me. See the flappy tail? I wonder if there were mermaids that big. It's possible. I'm not going to say what I think it is. It looks like a mermaid or a person, but it has the biological markers in the right spot. That would be down where the urinary tract would end, and we have something going on down here. The heart area, chest area. Yeah, that's not usually where we get biology leaking out, but possibly a breastbone here. We could be looking at ribs, possibly those structures. And here's a very flat plane on it. Very flat area. And there were two triangular structures. One here. This is also like a triangular structure. Not as marked as the other one. Where was that? Down here somewhere. Right there. So I wonder if people hold ceremonies or something on here. Look, do we have Very interesting. So what do you guys think? Not allowed to drink salmon, I'll swallow you. What? Okay. I think there's more than one portal thing going there. It could be, Karen Lynn. It's the two eldest when they start, I tell them straight. So no keeping an eye on them. Okay. Keep them civilized. So there could be. There could be several portals there. There seems to be a lot going on here. We watched a 15-minute video on all of the anomalies, and look at all this. It's a strange geology. Interesting. Are these old ruins, or are these some of the geology or biology? Could be ribs, could be some type of a vein structure. Very difficult to tell. Well, I found a perfectly preserved turtle shell the other day. I'll show you guys later. So yeah, Skinwalker Ranch. Is this going to be a portal for the next enlightened one to come through? Could be. There's enough activity around here to make it seem like it. Okay. I don't read my comments. You'll lose brain cells. Yeah. Proceed with caution. Yeah, I have to watch out for what Scotty Boy says too. That's all right. The Ute and the Navajo warred with each other. Yep. And they cursed the land, apparently. No, that's right. So I don't know what's happening there. So I'm keeping an eye. Oh, you had 4 dogs got into a fight. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing. It's an amazing place. And it was an amazing outcome from what people were thinking. A lot of people were against the idea of looking at, well, a couple of people, looking at Skinwalker Ranch. But I don't think it's what we were thinking or what they were thinking. I don't think it's the scary place that they believe it is. It looks to be, look at this. This almost looks like a pyramid. When I was looking at it from far up, it looked like a pyramid shape. But aren't some of those similar to the Starford angles? Interesting. I wonder if there was a Starford here. I don't see any remnants really other than, well, that. But that's not really a lot of remnants of a Starford. I don't see anything. Usually on these sites, though, you'll find, I don't know, some weird stuff. Huh. So Skinwalker Ranch, not what we think, eh? Just too much stuff has happened, documented. Yeah, exactly. Almost diamond shape in the green part. Yeah. I wonder if that has any resonance or properties. Like there's a lot of, see all these striations here in the middle, looking almost like a lightning bolt. So these could be, and these other pieces, these like this looks added. Like they've done something to it to give it function of some sort. I think there is a functionality in it that they've utilized somehow through these type of structures, because we can go to the other side and we can see the same thing, same type of structure right here in alignment. So they're aligning something, and advanced geomagnetics and electricity can be harnessed in ways we don't understand. Maybe they did that to open up portals, to open up wormholes, projection points. Yeah, it does look built. Oh, he's doing investigations with paranormal equipment. Well, here we have a different take on it now, which is that it could be a portal for something great to come through that they're trying to keep us away from, trying to hide. I think that's looking more possible, especially by when I read all of your responses. And it does, yeah, you're right, Karen Lynn. It does look like it's kind of constructed in a small way. They utilized the landscape, but augmented it a bit, maybe. Right? Batteries charged and all drained when trying to turn on or during testing. Hi, Teresa. Oh, you missed Skinwalker Ranch last night. Possibly a portal for the next enlightened one to come through. It's kind of what I'm thinking, especially from the visions that I saw. They were really interesting. I saw a darkness creeping, and it looked like fingers, kind of, but too many and too long and too misshapen to be fingers. Then I saw what looked like a top hat spinning with a beam coming out of it. So that was the technology being used to watch the place, probably, or maybe even some of the technology to activate the place. Oh, okay. LiDAR. Yeah, I'll have to look that up, Hippie Shake. I don't know. Then I saw an animal that was morphing. So there's the shape shifting skinwalkers. Fourth thing I saw was a biplane, indicating to me some old technology. Yeah, you'll have to watch it later. You look too in aerial views. And then my fifth view, because I wasn't getting enough from the story as it was shaping up. So I had to go in for a fifth view. And then what I saw was a bright sun breaking through clouds, a new beginning, a new dawn, um, a bright and glorious future, um, which is amazing. So I'm kind of for this being a portal from the ancients to bring through possibly the next enlightened one. Maybe if somebody visits there, maybe we should all visit there. Maybe one of us or all of us will become the next enlightened ones. That'd be amazing. Feel like they created some kind of energy servitor. Yeah, we were just looking at the structures on there and seeing that there were some structures that seemed to be placed into the landscape. Hey, Temperance. Find my skin walking. Shape shifting. Years shape shifting, but I don't think skinwalkers. Hmm. Yep, that's what we saw last night. We saw portals, technology, shape shifting animals. I saw, but I might have had. I know where the destination is. So, but at the end of it, from the responses I got, especially Scotty Boy was really on to the enlightened one. Yeah, maybe we'll all be the enlightened ones. That'd be really cool. Let's see. So that was really, I was really amazed at the responses that came out of that. Even this diamond shaped pool, almost having a yin yang element to it. Is that an anode and a cathode of a battery? I don't know. Depends on what this material in the middle is of, you know, right here. Looking a little different than some of the landscape. different color. See how it's brownish? Fades off to white here. Maybe they're using that like a battery or a charging unit. Even looking at the structure itself, look at this area here. That's carved in. And they have those, oh, what's that? That looks like a hole. Could be a hole or just could be a small structure. Interesting. There is a lot I'd like to go here. There's a lot of stuff to be checked out, especially these curved lines all over the place. These parts, there's several of them. A veiny looking one. And these objects seem to be placed in the landscape at regular intervals all over it. Huh. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Keep our eye on Skinwalker Ranch. So hopefully you've all been around for my work on lizard vaginas. We did some work over here on Libya's labia. And we discovered that lizard vaginas and penises are virtually identical, having two lobes. So a vagina has two lobes coming out, and we discovered where those lobes were. One being here with its blackened end on the libya of labia. Sperm surrounding it. We've gone in and looked at all the various sperm-like objects. Let's see if I can find that perfect one quickly. There he is. There's Sammy Sperm. Getting good at finding that guy. But the other day, I was traveling around Google Maps, and what did I find? But another set of lizard junk. Not as big as this one. This one's huge. This member on this lizard is about 200 miles long. So imagine having a schlong 2 miles long. 200 miles long, let alone 2 miles long. But this is about 200 miles. Yeah. From here over to here. It's probably a little longer than that as well. So we were looking for that shape if we want to find other lizard genitalia. And where do you think you might find lizard genitalia? Well, right here we find it by semen and eggs. But what if we went over here to Yemen? Now, Yemen, if we take the Y and replace it with an S, what does that spell? Right, Jargo? A 200-mile long schlong? Can you imagine? What a big boy. But that's a girl. I believe that's a girl. So it's funny, those days I was looking into cryptic beings. They're all over this world. Yep, they are, Alexander. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. So let's take a look in at semen from Yemen. They put these things in the names. Can you see it already? See, here we have a long structure with a black end, like I described over in Libya. And what happens at the end of this? Well, all this stuff comes shooting out. And the power with which this must have come out It's going 300 miles in this direction out of this little tube. Now we can see a mirror on the other side, much more decayed, but I'll show you that they're the same structure. So there's two of them, just like every lizard junk. And of course the end. I can even show you the skin on here. See how it's kind of craggy? Let's see, where's a good example? It's rather scarred. There we go. Here, take a look at here. This is a pretty good example. So we see lines on it and such. And over here in Libya, we'll see the same structures, the same type of landscape with scarring. Scarring lines and little veins. So the same type of landscape. But over here, what we do see is a bunch of semen spewing out of into Yemen. So that was yesterday's gift for me from the universe and God. Thank you very much. I don't know why God has chosen to show me lizard junk all the time, but that's what's being presented to me. So here we have semen in Yemen. I'm going to open up the floor. If anybody wants to pop up and have a chat, talk about semen in Yemen. Skinwalker Ranch. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. Did I see Squirrel Sniper there? Oh, maybe not. I'm just talking about him. Oh, yeah. Okay. We all have different lizard beings on this planet. Oh, this is so funny. I'm still amazed at this. It makes me chuckle every time I think about it. But what it's seeming to appear to be is we're on a, I can show you Tiamat, the lizard face right here. And now we found two sets of lizard junk. And a while ago, what I did find was this. I'm not sure if this is another dragon head. It has the jawline of a dragon. It has the horns in the right spot. The beard is in the right spot right here. And the snout. But I can't find the eyes and the rest of it. So whether this is a dragon or not, I'm not sure. But it has at least three of the markers, which is pretty indicative of it being what I think it is. So here we have another lizard head that's about 500 miles long. It's much smaller than the one down here. This one's around 700 miles. So 700 miles long for the Mongolian Chinese lizard. Now, I understand too that the males, if anybody knows, aren't the males lizards smaller than the female? Isn't that the way it kind of works? I know it is with many animals, birds especially. Yeah, right, Teresa. I'm chosen for the lizard junk. Yeah, your Sundays are looking up. Are they standing up straight? Hey, Temper, what's that? Send in Soul of Man, Templeton, King Solomon. Yeah, I found some other interesting images. Squirrel Sniper, John. Okay. Could be like barn owls. There's Alex. How you doing, buddy?
Hey John, doing good, doing good. It's interesting you talking about the skinwalker because these days I've been looking into the skinwalker and other ranches. There's more ranch like skinwalker that has like portals and activity on it. But I understand the skinwalker ranch was cursed by the native.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's why it has so many activities there. I know Dom Boogaloo of Boogaloo. He purchased it. He got a lot of information of it. Her portals opening there, werewolves being jumping out. Seems like these beings also have powers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. There's a lot of beings, especially in the U.S. There's a lot of cryptoid beings that people have no idea about. And what I understand, the park rangers are being told not to talk about it.
Wow. Hmm.
Yeah. Every time something happen, a vehicle with people in dark suit, they come and tell people don't talk about it. They clean up the place and they go.
Wow. Yeah. There is
Yeah.
something going on there more than we're being told, I think.
Oh yes.
What do you think of
The
it being a portal for the next enlightened one to come through, or even possibly being a transformer of people into enlightened ones?
oh you mean wait, what do you mean? How is that?
Well, the impression we got that I got from the responses from the crowd last night was that all that stuff was going on. They saw all the action and activity of animals and ships and lights and portals, but they also saw an element of enlightenment. And at the end of my
Okay.
viewing, I saw like the same thing, a dawning of a new day, a grand opening of some sort. And what do you think of the possibility of there being like an enlightened one, like Hermes Trismegistus coming through a portal to bring enlightenment to the world, or possibly being a transformer of people into enlightened ones?
Uh, so something's gonna step out of the portal and enlighten the world. That's the story of enlightened people and the beings on this planet.
Well, it could be an enlightened being itself, or somebody was just mentioning that maybe it could be that we become enlightened by something coming through there. But all the activity and all that, and all the fear mongering and scary stories could be just a cover up to keep people away from that area.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but I doubt it because there's I've encountered stories from the Yowie too. They call it in Australia Yowie. You have Bigfoot there also, different size. In
Uh-huh.
Siberia, you have the Yeti.
Yeah.
Um, you have also in that area, people have seen giants. In America, there's
What if all these creatures are showing up in hopes that they'll be around when something big happens? And
that's
that
it.
could be why there's such activity there.
This could be because the energy of the planet is also going higher. So the beings that are in negativity, that feed out of flesh and blood and all that, they're gonna feel it, and maybe they cannot handle it, and that's why they're coming out. Because this year is also a seven universal year, so it's a high energy year. The one of the in 1987 was also a high energy year, and they call it the harmonic convergence, where the energy was blasting Earth. So
Wow.
this year is going to be a high energy year. So people not aligned, what I understand, or people that are atheists are going to have a very difficult year.
Yeah, I heard about an experiment done with cosmic rays where they had people just performing menial tasks at a desk, and they pumped in a simulation of cosmic rays to them, the new ones coming in from the center, from the galactic core. And apparently, it drove some people almost insane. They just couldn't stay in the room. They were agitated and angry. And other people just became more uh, happy and content and peaceful. It's,
Exactly. I
yeah,
can see that happening on this planet. For example, I can imagine the other person were spiritually, mentally, emotionally more balanced compared to the other person. So
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, so
So
that's
that,
in. And there's also, I think, counter mermaids. There's different type of mermaids, and yeah, this ocean is only what 5% has been researched. So what's in the other
yeah.
95%?
And the
The
Skinwalker Ranch itself looked like, to me, it had the shape of a mermaid. Let me see
oh
if I can get back there. Only it was a very general form, but it looked like a mermaid on its side to me. Take a look. At, see, there's the face and head up here. Very large head. But here coming down, we have almost a tail finishing at the end here, a tail shape. Now I realize that's kind of more of a hope. I don't know. It could be pareidolia. Just me trying to put an impression on it. We did find one biological marker down here where should be somewhere around here the opening from the intestinal cavity and all that. But yeah, strange that you mentioned mermaids
in,
because there's possibly
yeah,
one
no,
right there.
I've been looking into the cryptoid beings in these weeks. I've been looking, are they real? And apparently they are. And yeah. But the skinwalker, have you noticed on which latitude degrees it is? Because there's a line that goes through the US on the 33-degree line. There's a lot of activities there. So curious if that's on the 33-degree latitude.
Um, I don't know how to tell that on here. Let's see. Let's back out and we'll see what happens. There is a grid pattern, but it doesn't. I'm on the 43rd parallel. Um, is that 10 degrees down? I'm at the heart area here. Looks almost parallel with us. Looks like maybe a 5 degree difference. Could be
Yeah.
38 degrees. It could be 33, but it looks like it's probably more 38.
No, I think 33 goes through Arizona with Sedona around
Yeah,
that.
that'd probably be further down, like here.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that area, New Mexico, Arizona, Dallas, straight across. Yeah, I don't know,
Oh,
38 maybe, 38
30,
parallel.
38 and 11. Okay. So it's a very high up there.
Yeah,
And I've encountered another ranch. I think it's called Star something ranch. Also activity, but specifically the skinwalker. I heard the Native
yeah,
American had trouble with another native group that were capturing them and selling them, and they
yeah. It was,
cursed the land and they
yeah,
left.
somebody wrote that in chat. The names of them, the Utu. If you could write them again, Utu and another tribe. Anyone see anything interesting in that in that area? I'm going to leave that up for a moment so we can take a look at it from high. I definitely think dragons, mermaids, and unicorns was still alive somewhere. Yeah, I think so too. Maybe even on Jupiter or Saturn, because they still have their full atmosphere, it seems, or most of it. It's almost as if a rip or tear in the very fabric of the universe. They're protecting
Uh,
everyone by hiding the truth. Maybe they think they're protecting everyone by hiding the truth, and they're
yeah,
afraid of what might come through. I think so, Teresa. I wish you were in class last night, but I know I do class late, but I do that for a reason. I want you a little sleepy.
yeah,
So if they lie to everyone and tell everybody it's shape-shifted critters, then they can have us thinking about that instead of the truth. Yeah, that's kind of what we got out of it, Teresa, was that we saw all those things, the ships, the creatures, the portals, the lights, all of that was there. But what we also saw, Scotty Boy interjected with enlightenment, with Hermes Trismegistus. So that was an interesting thing, and it correlated with what I saw, which was, but I wish I could have more, because my response is I can't really count on them because I know the destination, so that's a little unfair.
Hmm.
Canadians free LiDAR data. Okay, yeah, I'll go there.
Yeah, that's what I understand. What I'm learning now. I'm not gonna walk into the park alone, especially at night. Any park.
Yeah, no, especially not these days.
Yeah, yeah. These days they're more what I saw also is that apparently those cryptoid beings, not all of them go with each other. They have territorial problems too with each other. They fight with each other. Encounter a reptilian being fighting a wolf being,
Oh,
and the
geez,
reptilian being one. Yeah. So
I
you
wouldn't
have
want.
that too.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be there at all.
Well,
Not
the per
alone, and not maybe with a weapon or something. I might feel a little more comfortable, or a whole group of us or something. Thank you,
yeah.
Caplicious. I'll pull that up and save it.
Blessings.
There, I got that saved. Thank you, Caplicious. Yeah, I have a hard time seeing through the greenery of stuff. It makes it difficult for me. Teresa is pretty good at that. She can see right through the greenery to what's underneath. I have to use the deserts and areas like that are open, because I'm not very good with seeing the shapes, so they have to be pretty clear for me to see them. Is that you, Alex? Yeah, it is Alex Elderberry.
Oh yeah. Hey, Edelberry.
Yeah,
Cheers.
you're great at sleepy talk. Thank you, Jargo. I think I put Jargo to sleep the other day.
Uh,
That's funny. I need a rolling paper. I have to make a smoke. Can you hold the line for a second?
oh yes.
Make some chatter and some noise or something?
I am. Yeah. So what you guys think about the Skinwalker Ranch? There's more truth is gonna come out this year. Well, this is the 7th year, it's a 7 year, it's a spiritual year, it's a year of self-reflection, spiritual awakening. There's gonna be a lot of spiritual awakening this year for a lot of people. Truth is gonna come out. What have been in the dark is gonna come out. So it's gonna be a very interesting year this year, you know.
So you
Spiritual awakening, belief
spiritual?
change.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, belief is also going to be challenged. Your belief, what you thought about, new information going to come out. That's all about have to do with the 7.
Wow. That is a lot of stuff is coming together and converging in this year.
Yes,
Like what we're
it's like
going
everything
through.
is. It's like everything is in divine timing and order.
Yeah. Wow. There is just so much. It's Hi, Isabella. That's right. Yeah, so much is happening. Um,
Yeah, sweet. It's about time. Yes, it is. This planet, what I understand is, we are really not the only ones here. We have a lot of beings on the surface and in cave, inner Earth too. But the one inner Earth are more chill, what I understand, compared to
yeah.
the one in
The
the inner
interesting
stuff.
thing I was going to mention last night is like we see all these craft, and usually what we see in the craft, like when we look at who's driving them, we usually see people, not aliens, which
Hmm.
is interesting. We've seen aliens from the exterior of craft, and when we go aboard, usually they're not aliens. Now, I believe there are some, but most of the time it's humans for some reason. So there's
Well,
a lot of different humans,
yes,
probably break off civilizations that have kept the old technologies and understanding, so they can, they have way better tech.
yeah, yeah. Seems like this humanoid beings that look like us but are not from here.
Hmm.
Yeah, you have the other ones that are. Well, we have been visited a long time for different beings. The Dogon tribe in Africa, they recorded it
Yeah.
in the caves there, with how the stars, with the alignment of the stars before we had telescopes.
Yep. They understood the orbit of that, or the that star, and I think it's a pulsar too. And they understand. Well, they knew a lot about it. I'm not getting my facts right on that. So, but
Yeah, yeah. They know about Sirius B and Sirius C before we couldn't see. You could not see Sirius B or C, but they knew about it.
yeah, a lot of people see the Nordics too. I wonder if the Nordics are just could be just a split off species, or a split from humanity, uh, break
That
off
that's a
civilization.
that's a possibility.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Nordic looks like us. What I understand, there's a Nordic on the ground. They have a base here. I heard, they have a base in Greenland. The Nordics. There's not much visited there.
Hmm.
And in Africa, you have the reptilians. You have different type of reptilians.
Yeah.
They call it a chitahuri. But
Hmm.
I understand there's another type that's native to Earth. That's like the Jurassic Park, the raptors.
Okay.
Um, what I understand, you have is exactly like that, but they were against the humans, and their queen had a vision that if they don't align with the humans, their race doesn't stand a chance of what's coming. So now they are aligned with the humans, and they're helping also the humans clear up the dumps that's on Earth, because there's different level of dumps. You have the one man-made, you have ancient dumps. So they're clearing up that. There's still they haven't cleared all the dumps. There's the dump system are very big and all over the world and different level.
Yeah, we reported on that fire in the Vatican, and
Oh
it was
yes.
more than a car fire. I'm sure, because I've burnt cars a few times, and they don't burn
Yeah.
like that. They don't burn like that.
Look,
They don't make those explosions. They just don't. So,
funny, the Pope. Well, the Pope prior, not the what I understand, passed away, right?
oh
But
yeah,
did he pass away? Yeah, the one that had like
oh yeah, yeah,
Benedict.
yeah.
Benedict.
Benedict, yeah, yeah. He's
He
the
was.
one that did the search on the pedophilia in the church, and then resigned after he got the report back. So,
Yeah, and he now mysteriously died. I think he and the Queen of England was executed because they're not human.
maybe. Well, he was old. He was like in his 80s or 90s. Like, God, these people, they live such long lives compared to the rest of us, right? Like, kind
Yeah,
kind of makes you wonder, you know? Yeah, the
yeah.
queen being reptilian. Well, that's what Diana said. She said they're a bunch of lizards. So
Oh
I
yeah,
don't.
they call him the Lizzie.
Yeah, do you take her at his word? Take her at her word? Well, maybe, right? You know.
Well, well, she is not the only one that talked about. There was another woman. I think yeah, she already transitioned, but her name was Arizona Wilder. She had an interview in the 1990s with David Icke, and she talked about the ritual, and she talked about how the
Yeah,
queen
I
changed
think I
from
remember that. Is she a blonde lady?
no, no, she was light skin and dark hair, not
Hmm,
long. Yeah, Arizona Wilder.
okay,
I
I
don't
don't
know
know if
if you
I've seen
still
that.
have the videos on YouTube, because yeah, YouTube took a lot of things down,
Well, you can
but
always
that's
go
her
to
name.
library or Odyssey will have it.
Yeah. Arizona Wilder. She knows a lot. She will talk about the ritual and the horrific shit that they do. She saw it all.
Yeah, a lot of them. I've seen interviews of people, of children that have come out and talked about the ceremonies and the abuse and the ritual sacrifice. You just cut the baby. That's all. That's they're if they've seen it so many times. It's not anything to them, which is sick. They need
Yes,
therapy for that, definitely. But yeah, that's a lot of that
that
seems all too real, unfortunately.
that's the thing. All of that is gonna stop. It's gonna come to it's gonna stop. That's gonna come to the. That's one of the
Yeah,
things that needs to shine a light on it. With all the adrenochrome shit. Because what I understand also, Princess Diana knew that they're gonna kill her. She was warned by MI5 agents and other people, and what I understand, she went underground, same as JFK Jr. They went underground. She's still alive, what I understand, and they're gonna come back to the surface, but when the time is right.
well, there are service tunnels to that tunnel, as far as I understand. So it's entirely possible they could have ushered her out of there quite easily.
Yeah, yeah, she knew. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting year. A lot of people are going to be looking into the mystical stuff this year, mysterious stuff, doing more research, digging. That's the energy this year. You know.
Hmm. Well, once you realize you've been lied to once, for me, once I realized that what was being taught to me was lies, that opens up one lie, but then it opens up a whole rabbit hole, and you end up going down that rabbit hole. So it'd be
Yeah,
good to see a whole bunch of people do that. They're trying to tell people on the news, don't do your own research.
exactly.
They're trying to, and what are people like? If you tell me not to do something, chances are I'm going to take a closer look and see why you don't want me to do that, which is
Exactly.
fantastic. Keep telling them not to do their own research. Keep telling them only to rely on us for your information. Do that. Keep going, because human nature is going to win in the end, especially if you're playing that game. And they're supposed to understand human nature down to a T, but they've already tried coercion, they've tried bribery, they've tried threats, and nothing's working. So now,
No, like in Peru, for example, the people there are standing up. Around the world right now. It started in 2008 with the financial crash. That's when the Pluto went in Capricorn. The last time we were in Pluto in Capricorn was the American Revolution and the French Revolution. And in 2008, it went in Pluto in Capricorn again. It's going to end in 2024. And now what you're seeing is all over the world, more people are standing up to the government, and it's
yeah,
going to get more. And I see that after 2024, a lot of the people around the world is going to be like awakened to the what's going on. It's going to be a revolution of the consciousness. This is going to be global, yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah. In Brazil, the people are they're pretty much awake there. They asked because they know there was a voting fraud, and they asked the military to intervene. So we'll see how that's gonna go there.
Yeah, we pretty much know there's been fraud all around. In Canada, it's more gerrymandering. What we do is they have districts where you'll have a section of people you don't want to get in, so you just break them up, right?
Yeah,
You put a line between them and shove them off to a different district where their vote won't matter. And there's also the voting machines and the last election, last provincial election, I got two ballots, so I could have mailed one in and walked in with one. They were offering all kinds of avenues for cheating. So I don't trust our elections either at all.
but yeah, in Canada they use the Dominion system, right? The same
Yeah.
one.
Yep. Yep. Same.
Yeah, and by who was that created again?
Yeah.
Uh, it,
I don't remember, but
the brother of Chavez. Chavez invested in it.
Mm.
Uh, the Venezuela's socialist guy, president. It was them.
Oh
They
yeah,
create
that's a good idea. Trust them. Yeah, no back doors there, right?
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But
All
you
right.
see, in
See,
Aruba,
we're
they
we,
wanted to use the Dominion system too, no? But that's the thing. It's still it's not 100% because you let's say you don't use the Dominion system. So who's counting it? It's like Stalin says, I don't care who vote. I worry with who counts the vote.
that's right. We used to have a good system. We used to be able to count up all the votes by hand in a day, actually, as they came in. And what you had independent parties watching, and it didn't take as long as these voting machines apparently. So I don't know why we aren't going back to that system, you know. And it's all voter registered. So once they voted, they get struck off the list, and it was all voting in person, you know. And they would open up voting booths in seniors' homes so that the seniors could vote. And when they were counted, they were watched and tabulated right there, and it didn't take any extra time. All you needed was the manpower. So
Exactly. So
yeah,
if you don't have a short memory, you will see that hey, something is not right. You know,
yeah,
it's not normal.
yeah. And the length of the elections in the states, especially like that in Canada, that would have been done. Like at least under the old system, it would have been done that day. We would have known the absolute guaranteed results. Two or three party watching, oversight. So that you don't get the cheating out of these machines and all that. But we still do have gerrymandering. But if you've got enough votes, gerrymandering just doesn't matter. If you overwhelm the system with votes for one side or the other, gerrymandering just won't matter.
Hmm.
And in
It's
Canada,
like
what they decided to do was there was 200,000 votes that they just decided not to count. Well, which votes were they? Were those all for one party? Why didn't you count them? Why can't you count them now? Right? This is like,
yeah.
what kind of system is that? You're not going to count all the votes.
If,
Do you need your head smacked? Like,
uh,
you
yeah,
know,
the 200,000 vote didn't make a difference. Would it make a difference? Why didn't you
In
count it?
Canada, it would make a big difference. We only have 27 million people here.
Uh,
200,000 is a huge chunk of the population.
that's true. That's a whole town.
That's one of our major cities, doubled almost. Like, yeah, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That would be
It,
so.
it, it- it's like they're letting it happen expressively to wake people up.
Yeah, and people have taken them to court or tried to. In the case of Donald Trump, what did they say? He brought a case against the government for the voting fraud, and the judge just said, well, there's no case here, so it never went to trial.
Exactly. That just exposed the judge, the
Yeah,
Supreme Court, all of them. They're
yeah,
all bought.
they're all bought and paid for, right?
Yes.
You know, I like what Tucker Carlson has said recently on Fox. Anybody who has anything to do with the World Economic Forum, Davos, they're incompetent. It's not that they're brilliant. They're cheaters, they're liars, they're thieves, and they got all their money through that process. So, I wouldn't trust them to run a bake sale. You know, if you see
Yeah.
any of them, they should have no power over anybody. They're totally incompetent and stupid. You know, just because you
Yes. Yeah.
amassed a bunch of money through cheating, lying, and stealing doesn't make you brilliant. It makes you a criminal.
Yes. I'm starting to think that most of the world leaders, or 99% of them, because there's one or two that I know that were good, but all the other ones, I think they're young souls, because an old souls would not be doing that. So all of them, they need to grow up more.
or they have the seed of evil in them, the Antichrist. You know.
Yes, that's true. Also, maybe some of them are sure not humans, but easily manipulated. They don't know what they're doing. They're thinking only for tomorrow or for themselves. They're not thinking for the future. An old soul will be doing that. They're thinking for the planet and the future of the planet and the people.
Yeah, and other people's well-being, because that only makes your well-being much better. These
Yes.
people, when they're materialistic, harming uh, elation, like it does give for those people, it gives them temporary endorphins and stuff like that, but they don't have any long-term healing or love in, and that
No
ultimately,
compassion.
yeah, like
Yeah.
look at Klaus Schwab. He's a billionaire. He's a billionaire. But what does he look like? If I were a billionaire, you bet I would be in the best health. I would look like sunshine coming out every morning. You know, I've seen the results of that. There are a couple of people that I can't remember what his name, Dollar Vigilante. I can't remember. One guy I watch, anyways, and he's doing these hyperbaric chambers and saunas and massages and all that. He looks like $1 million. But you look at Klaus Schwab, he looks like a dried up turd. You know,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
think because I think there's into rituals what they do. I saw Klaus Schwab. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. Klaus
Oh,
Schwab and the president of Ukraine. They're into they go both ways. Let me put it that way.
oh yeah.
They're bisexual. Let me put it. I saw them in a
Oh,
whole string
Justin
dancing and
Trudeau
shit.
loves, Justin Trudeau loves sitting on Klaus Schwab's lap. You know
Uh,
for sure. You know it.
yeah.
He's his favorite, right? Did you know
It's
that? Justin Trudeau is Klaus Schwab's favorite. Mm.
yeah. He's from the young world leaders group. The
Yep.
young
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Klaus Schwab is so proud of him. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Klaus Schwab looks like that because he's up at midnight doing ceremonies to the devil and sucking babies dry. That's what he's doing. You know, just to get
Yeah.
himself an extra half a year of life. He'll suck 1,000 babies dry of their adrenochrome and shit.
That's the thing.
What a
No,
total monster. Total
what they
monster.
yeah, he is. Most of them are. Most of them needs to be executed.
That's what
But
I've
what
heard. So I'm not saying it myself, but that's what I've heard.
here's the thing that people can check also with Celine Dion. What I understand since Trump came into the office, the people that were on adrenochrome, it was more difficult for them to get it because it was stopped. And
Yeah.
Celine Dion was one of the person that was taking a lot of adrenochrome. And if you look at the picture of 2016 and now, you will see that her body went backwards, like more wrinkles all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
Yep. She looks like the Crypt Keeper now. She,
Yeah.
yeah.
And apparently she quit singing too. I think few months ago she said she's not gonna sing anymore.
Yeah. I think she got vaccine damage too.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, there was Lady Gaga and Tom Hanks were tweeting or something back and forth to each other about walnut sauce during the beginning of the pandemic because they were afraid they weren't going to be able to get their walnut sauce, which is
Oh, really?
yeah. Don't you remember her in her meat suit? And she also had one where the basically she portrayed the ceremony of ripping the face off because that's
Man,
what they do to
yeah,
to
those
induce
people
the
are
most horror, terror, and pain without killing you. These people are sick.
yes, basically they are. They don't know what they're doing. They think they're doing good. They think they're on the good side, but they really don't know. They're being consumed by the dark energy, and they think they're doing good. They think they have everything, but the people that are afraid of the dark have no idea what the light can do.
Yeah.
It's a bit sad for them. Feel sad. You know?
Well, is it does this all just stems from Sabbaty and Francis? Um, the debauchery and all that. Does that
Mm.
flying in the face of God to make God come? That's one theory that they do believe in God. So because He's not present, that if they sin enough, God will come. it's a weird ideology, but
Yeah, their ideology doesn't really make sense because you have a time for me. Time is like a cycle. What goes around comes around, and this karma,
yeah,
this cause and effect. So they're gonna get it. If they, a lot of people think, oh, we have one life, that's it. They're doing all, because we have one life. The spiritual world is very real.
yeah,
The same real as this one.
yeah.
Uh,
I don't know what they, I don't know how someone could descend into that, you know, level of inhumanity, to cause that type of suffering. And it takes in leaders, people who are of a high position, like generals and stuff like that. Uh, it actually changes their brain morphology, and you wonder if over years and generations of systemic abuse, ritual sacrifice, and all that, if it hasn't changed their brains to the point where they don't really even think like humans anymore. They think like some alien species, like they were describing themselves. John Kerry was describing himself as almost an alien species at the one of the forums they recently had. And you wonder if it's really true. Have they separated themselves so much genetically and ideologically, spiritually, that it's actually changed their form inwardly to where they're not even human anymore?
it could be they open themselves up for a demonic entity.
Maybe we should dissect a few of them.
Ha! Like so. You know what what would screw them all up? You give them ibogo. That's like an ayahuasca from Africa. It lets you sit your wrongdoings for 24 hours.
Oh wow, what's it called?
Yeah, ibogin,
Ibogi?
iboga. Yeah, iboga.
Iboga. Oh, I'm gonna look
Yeah,
that up. Iboga.
yeah,
That sounds cool.
yeah. That's a technology. Well, a plant. You can say technology you can use for people that are like on deep on addictive, like in America right now, or for a long time already. There's a problem with the pharmaceutical drug. They're overdosing the fentanyl.
Yeah.
People that cannot get off it. So if you give them like the ibogin, that would help them a lot. Let them see their wrongdoings, what they're doing wrong, because they did a test with, let's say, 100 people, and when they give them the ibogin, um, 95 stopped right there. They didn't continue with it. Only 5% had relapse. So I think if you go with the 5%, you do another round of ibugin, it will become less. You know.
Wow. I
So
wonder if we could aerosolize that and put it in the chemtrails. That'd be cool.
well,
But here's what they say about ibogaine. Uh,
yeah,
it says abstract. Ibogaine has been shown to affect biogenic amine levels in selected brain regions. Because of the involvement of these neurotransmitters in drug addiction, the effects of ibogaine on biological amine transport may contribute to the potential anti-addictive properties of the ibogaine in vivo. So, what is it used for? Um, let's see. Ibogaine is the main active ingredient of the tabernanthe iboga, a West African shrub grows in Congo and Angola. Isolated from it has been used traditionally as a hallucinogenic to support or to suppress hunger and fatigue, and as an aphrodisiac. Nice. Okay. So it is a hallucinogen, an aphrodisiac, hunger suppressor. So you're going to have a wild, horny trip, maybe.
yeah. It's a very powerful plant. It's one of the
Yeah.
most powerful plant on earth from Mother Nature.
But stimulating the root chakra would be good for going through your shadow work as well,
Yes,
stimulating that area. Excellent.
yes.
That
Yeah,
was really
what I'm seeing that all over the world, each continent has its own medicinal psychedelic plant, you can say. I
Hmm.
heard that the Egyptian were using also like a type of ayahuasca, but it was called blue lotus, something like that.
Okay.
That's what the Egyptian were using.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and then ayahuasca here in North America.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really cool. Wonder what
yeah.
do they use in Australia? Anybody know?
No, Australia also would have something there because, like in the Caribbean, I encountered a plant is called yopo. It's like
Mhm.
DMT. North America, you have
They have toads, don't they? That you can lick?
here.
No, no, I think that's in Africa.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Africa.
yeah, I was thinking for Australia.
Yeah, yeah. If you lick the toads here, you will get really sick.
Yeah, get some salmonella.
Yeah. Oh yeah, currently peyote in North America. Peyote. That's the other one. That's more masculine ingredient.
Yeah,
But yeah, peyote. That's what they use there.
yeah, that's cool. I'd like to check out what they do have in Australia. I don't know. They
They
got a lot
pretty
of
much.
it's an arid area, so they have cactus and different types
Oh
of
yeah.
shrubs.
Australia have plants that only grow there because I understand that maybe they also have a type of mushroom, magic mushroom. What I understand, they found a rare cannabis plant there in Australia growing in the wild. That I read that like years ago, more than 5 years ago. A lot
Yeah.
of growers were wanting the seeds to make
Oh
something
yeah.
out.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. All the
yeah,
strains now. Yeah, they all the strains are all different. I'd like some original strains again. That'd be cool.
yeah,
Get
man.
those old flavors. Everything tastes the same to me now. They all taste the same. The different types, different strains of marijuana. I'd like some older breeds because they had different flavors, really, like really differentiated flavors.
Yeah, yes. So yeah, this is also the perfect year if you're thinking of doing magic mushroom in a ceremonial wise. Are you gonna take it and go to a club, but do a meditation with it because it works as an accelerator. It enhances the meditation. Accelerate it. This is the perfect year to try it. Mushroom, or is that the mushroom? Is that the magic mushroom?
Yes, it is.
Look at that. You see John ready. John ready for this
I'm
year.
ready. I'm ready. I'm waiting though. It's not the time.
Oh no. The
Yeah, got
highest
a.
energy.
I got a
Oh
nice big baggie. I'm ready to go. So they say
damn.
7 grams is the magic number. So there's 12 grams there, just to be sure.
I should make one more. 13. Make it 13.
Make it 13. I should have. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Egyptian used the blue water lily only found on the Nile. It takes 100 years to grow and only three flowers for 3 days.
Oh,
Thank you
I
for
didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah, thanks for the
that's
information.
amazing. People here are so
Yeah,
smart.
yeah, man. That's cool. That's awesome. Everybody doing their own research. No can bring something to add to it, the conversation.
Hmm.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure most
Go ahead.
people here don't watch TV.
Yeah. I watch a little bit of TV, but not that much.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's a rare bloom, right, Karen? Once in a
Yeah,
100 years. Takes 100 years to grow and only blooms for 3 days. Wow.
damn. So if we grow it now, your other second generation, they will maybe, get to experience it.
Right?
But that's the thing, now with the energy shifting on this earth, we humans supposed to live like more than 100 years, at least like
120, yeah.
200. Yeah, minimal 120. I think we're gonna go in that direction and back
I think
again with,
so.
and we're
Yeah.
gonna pass 120, go to 300, maybe some over go to 1,000.
Yeah. We have so much more understanding right now. of diet and nutrition and that. And we know that we're not getting what we should be. And there's
Yes.
a lot of innovation happening. Like I started taking gold, silver, and Ormus years ago, and what a difference! Yeah, I've been slacking off recently, which is probably one of the reasons I got kind of sick the past couple of weeks. I haven't had as much as I usually do. You want to turn off YouTube there, Morgan?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, Morgan. Blessing.
Hello, hello. I think I got it there.
Yeah, your sound's all right. You're a little quiet, but we can still hear you. I'll go the natives and
Okay,
the island.
good, good,
Yeah,
good,
just
good.
try to stay closer to your microphone.
Yes, okay. Can you hear now?
Yep. No,
Yes.
I haven't tried that scroll
Okay,
sniper.
perfect.
Salvia
Okay,
divorium.
perfect,
Okay.
perfect.
I'm
No,
thinking of trying salvia. I heard people had some good experience. Some had
I
some not so good.
I've heard that too. Any so Squirrel Sniper seems to think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyone else tried
Squirrel.
it?
Squirrel. Have you had a good experience with it?
I
Wow. Yeah, I've never tried it. Salvia.
Yeah, I heard of it,
no,
but
I haven't
never tried.
either.
I've heard of it, but I don't know if I'd be able to get it here. Let's see. Salvia. Let's see. So it's a sage. Salvia is the largest genus plant of the sage family, Lamiaceae, with nearly 1,000 species of shrubs. Okay, let's see about shopping. Yeah, it seems to be available here. Salvia, dietary supplement, they're calling it.
My friend says that he went and bought the extract. Can you hear me good?
Yep.
He
Yes.
bought the extract from the variety store. And in Canada, they were selling them like that as well. You would go in and you would see they'd have little baggies saying 30% extract, and you'd buy that. And he goes home, he read the instructions, loaded up a big bong, took as big a hit as he could, and as he blew out, all of a sudden it was like bang, and he felt like he was on a roller coaster going forward, and then these gremlins came and grabbed a hold of his face. Two gremlins. And he said, "That's not from my head." So it was demonic. He says it was absolutely demonic. And he just wrote it out. And when it was over, he was like, "Okay, that's what that is." And he absolutely believed that the entities were from outside of his.
Wow.
They weren't, yeah. And so that turned me off. Not off of thinking that it you couldn't experience truth, but it had me thinking it could be a portal. Now I know someone's individual soul has a lot to do with what they're going to see, but I started watching people's reactions, and some people have a very negative one when they come back, and they state that they've gone to hell, and
Wow.
that they were stuck there, and that time had no meaning, so it was actually forever. And I'm like, right, but what did you gain from the experience? But they didn't care. They were just like, it was negative, and they were frightened.
Oh, wow.
And I have to admit, I'm a guy who's tried everything, and I'm known for that. People would be like, Morgan's the guy that I thought should be dead. But at the same time, I'm not dead because I'm smart.
Yeah.
So with a report like that, it makes me hesitant to do a huge blast.
Yeah.
I would possibly do a pussy ass one now
Yeah.
and work my way up to it, rather than just doing a full on like a
Hmm.
400 milligram, you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
milligram
just a
of
huge
acid.
dose, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
instead I'd say, look, I'll take the 100 or 125.
yeah.
Like,
See what it does to you.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm doing the same with these mushrooms. I've had a couple of little bites just to see what they're doing to me, and then if I feel that they're the right ones to do a trip on, I'll do it. But if I decide that they're not, well, they'll just be a microdose. You know.
Yes, yes. I've had mushrooms of all different strengths. I've had mushrooms where a gram will do you, and it's fine. I've had mushrooms where an eighth bag is an overdose, like meaning
Yeah.
it was too much, man. I didn't need that. And it used to be around here, 2 grams. Take 2 grams. That'll take you as far as you need to go, like spiritually, But a lot of us would sometimes want to take a bunch to have a spiritual experience. And if you did that, some people would take like 12 grams. And the thing is, you could wake up crying. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
having like a real emotional experience, entering everything, and then like because you could enter your emotions too, like from when you're a child, and go through them again with the shrooms. And it depends on whether you have support around you, how you come out of that. Yeah.
Hmm.
But just understand it can do that. And that's the thing that I think people need to understand. Anybody who doesn't respect the shrooms, they're in for a surprise. I think that's for sure. Um, I think that's why also spirituality is important to remember when taking any substance. Because if you didn't respect it, why should you expect a good trip?
That's right. Squirrel Sniper says it here. You need to be strong in the head to understand your higher self. It's for shamans only wanting answers, not a party drug.
That was right.
Yes. You have to have, it's the same with ayahuasca. You have to have respect for the plant. If you
Yeah,
think you're just gonna, you have to, like 2 weeks prior, you cannot have alcohol in your body. You cannot really be on pharmaceutical drugs. You have to prepare yourself mentally, spiritually for it. So I see then salvia is the same then, apparently.
Oh, yes. I would
You
agree.
have to go with a clear mind.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. For me, I'd have to have a question, a goal, a mission, or something I would need an answer to.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't have that at the moment, so I won't be doing a heavy trip at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
Well,
never had a bad trip. I always had a good trip because you
Yeah,
have to look with who you are to start with. If you around trustworthy people, and then turn your telephone off so nobody's gonna bother you, surprise you that you have to call you to go anywhere, and have a good music, good environment, with a
oh,
good
mhm.
meditative music, and that's it.
I like to
I've
trip in
done.
the woods.
Oh well, yeah. That well, not at night. Don't do it at night.
Oh yes,
oh yes, oh
yes.
yes.
You do it at night.
Under
Oh
the
yes.
stars,
Oh yes.
under the
I
stars, with
never
the
done that
aurora
at night.
borealis going, so you can
Oh
see
yeah.
the aurora that you can dream and see if you can enter it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's something else.
Yes,
At night. Yeah,
Hmm.
at night. That will be something.
Yeah.
yes. It's
Yes.
wonderful if you can have water around you as well, as
Hmm.
if you can like on an inlet or on a point,
Yep.
of a lake, and the sound can travel all across the lake. And while you're sitting on, say, a fire and you're on a point, awesome. It's just
I,
awesome. Up in Perry Sound, I've
yeah.
done that in
I
Canada.
live near Bronte Creek, and in the middle of Bronte Creek, there's a small island. It's gone now, but it was 200 meters long and about 5 meters wide. So you went onto that island and you just played on that island, started a fire up at the tip of it,
Yes.
so you know where the tip is, and just trip out there.
So
Yeah,
many of us have these experiences here in Canada and in other places. It's so wonderful with nature where you're truly connected and understand when you're standing on that precipice in front of a lake that you can't see the end of, and the mist is coming off of it in the morning, and there's not even a single
yeah,
break in the water, and you
yeah,
understand like that God was painting a picture.
yeah.
Like, Just amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I do like that. Going into nature
Oh yeah.
and being around, like, you're surrounded by rushing water on the little island, so all the negative ions are coming off the water. You're
Yes.
totally grounded. Beautiful, you know. Water
Oh
is
yeah.
very grounding. If you can have moving water around you, wow. That's like being in Mother Earth, practically, being in her field,
Oh,
being in contact with her.
Oh
everything
yeah.
surrounding you as like right before, like as the sun breaks and the water starts to come alive and you're listening to all the nature and realizing all the little things that are starting to happen, all the little all the little animals in the bay, the chicks, they're all coming
Yeah,
alive
just
to the bay
life starts to happen.
all
Yeah,
around you. And
yeah,
it's just wow. I love meditating then.
Oh yes. Yeah. You go further. Yeah.
yeah.
I've done LSD in the woods. You can say here, and you see that every plant is alive and giving off energy, burst, everything connected. It was very beautiful. That was
Yes.
very beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, that experience was
Yeah, I
just
do need one.
also
I need one of those
concept.
experiences again. I do. I think at some point.
Max,
Yes,
I honestly,
this is the
yeah,
year for it.
I
Sorry, go
if
ahead.
well, we would have to go to Hawaii or something, Max and I. It's not to just throw you in my trip, Max, but I mean,
Well,
I just,
thanks.
but we would need to go. We would need to like go to Hawaii or something. You know what I
Right
mean?
on.
Like from like where we are now, I would think, and do some kind of a cultural, just some kind of something to bring us necessarily from where the last couple of years have brought us here into like a different mindset, and then in order to like solidify that mindset as opposed to this, what this has been, do acid, just to make sure that it had its own flag post in our lives that we were there, and that by choice, and enjoying a different something different.
I get super hyper on acid. Oh my god, run for
I,
miles. We need a track or something. Somewhere I
Oh,
can
a
run.
beach, a beach to
Yeah,
walk along.
there we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we
But to,
go.
to be
Yeah,
going to a volcano to look down in and then walk
yeah.
back and to check
Okay,
out the flowers that grow nearby. Oh yeah, man.
I'm down for that. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, man. That was the idea originally. I just forgot to say it, the part about the volcano.
Well, there's Tobermory too.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh, you know it. That place. My friends, they packed me in a car one time. I didn't know, right around here somewhere. I mean, I guess we drove for 40 minutes. It was a waterfall, and like all these rocks and everything. I didn't even know. Maybe it was in. I don't know where. I don't
Yeah,
know where.
I lived beside Hamilton for what, 50 years. Only in the past 4 years have I realized there's waterfalls, and the Bruce Trail runs through here, and there's 100 waterfalls in Hamilton on the
Yeah,
escarpment. Just
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. I've seen the escarpment up in Scarborough on Ontario.
Yeah.
We used to live there, and we would go and we would check it out. I've also gone to camps that there've been where I've got to watch it fall in like over the years.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Wow.
Yeah. Landscape really does change.
Yeah. Just unbelievable.
well, if you want to have the highest experience energy this year, it will be in September. September is
Okay.
the double energy 7, so that's the this year the highest energy is going to be in September. So,
Awesome. It's my birthday month, so that's
oh
cool.
yeah,
That
same
lines up
here.
nicely. Yeah.
Yeah, you're 17th of September. I'm 19. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Oh,
knew there was just
wonderful.
2 days difference. Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm Scorpio. I'm like November 13th. So
Oh, yeah. My wife's a Scorpio too. 7th.
Oh, cool,
Cool.
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I get along with Scorpios pretty well. You just have to watch.
Yeah. You do. You do. You do.
Keep your eye on them.
No, they can break bad, and it's like if you can get there quick enough, like hey, I know, but oh yeah, and then we'll just stop. Oh right, yeah, but I still can. Oh sure, anytime, but just
Yeah.
maybe right, not today, sure, honey. We just want that freedom.
Yeah. And they're rule breakers.
Yeah, yes.
Don't put a don't touch sign in front of a Scorpio.
Right now, Max, my posts, my leanings are like spirits, like honestly, where the Holy Spirit has me right now is talking about how it's the law. That's the entire problem. Is somebody telling other people morally what they think and what they feel, when people generally have a sense of that themselves, and when you take that away from them, you make them mad, so they want to do the very thing that you tell them not to do. Anyway, it's a sermon. It's very old, and it's just my
Yeah.
turn to give it.
No, we're with you there, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, we already intrinsically want to do the right thing naturally, because then we all get
Hmm.
along, and you can have a better party. Uh, and then when you're told not to do something, that's exactly what you need to be doing. In fact,
Oh
like
yeah.
that's what I feel, is that's
Hmm.
what we need to be doing. Then it's like, well, what do you mean? What party are we having now, Morgan? The whatever they told us this week not to do party. Holy fuck! Like,
Yeah. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and I live in Canada, and I used to love Canada. Like I still do.
yes.
I love the
No, I
country.
know. I
The government has just gone insane. They're not even following their own rules. Like,
know. There was a
when,
Oh yeah.
dignity that I used to hold to in my heart toward it, understanding what it meant as a core, and the rest of the world shared it, and I knew that, and they did. They
yeah,
don't anymore. That's something that now they think of as the Canada of old, but the Canada of today, like everything else, is a new Walmart packaged shit version of government.
yeah, unfortunately, bought and paid for by, oligarchs we don't see, bankers
That's
and,
it.
and shit.
One, two, three. The power, they don't buy for their cars, they don't pay for vacation because they don't need to use money. The deal
Hmm.
is we will lift anybody up above the slave class in order to, run you guys. So anybody who artificially would like to be pumped up, who doesn't deserve it,
Any egotistical
yep,
dirtbag.
yep, we will lift you up above those who would like to live honestly and will refuse to do what you're doing, because, I mean, you lose your soul, but you get to rule over them and pretend as if you're moral and not tell the truth about stuff, because you're going to honor what we want. But we'll give you everything you need, and you don't have to worry about making mistakes and everything, because that's what you're going to hold over the other people, because they're slaves. Well, we're going to
Yeah,
treat them like slaves. I mean, they can say they're free, and go ahead, let them. But they're still going to have to do what we say.
yeah,
So, who would like to be raised above the people that are going to be below you guys? And that's how they do that, which means there is always a three-tiered society, no matter what they say. The people that benefit from what the government does, those who serve them specifically, and do not actually serve the public at all. That's
yeah,
the other lie. They serve whom it benefits.
yeah. Both of
And
our
that's,
two people in power are beholden to the Davos Committee and Klaus Schwab because that's who
yes,
they've gotten their money and their training from.
yes.
You
The
know.
thing is, in order to get kids to go into it smoothly and not actually have them doing a little civil war against you at the overturn, you have to give good treats, and
Hmm.
you have to keep the appearance of it not being that, and you have to keep a good number of people fooled, like the religious right and things like that, or who will just go along with it going, no, we're authoritative and things like this because we're conservative.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we believe in God too. They don't tell you it's Satan. Now, Satanism does not mean fairies and trees like that. Satanism is actually the absence of a spirituality, so do what you will, because that's what all the life is. Now, they mix in a lot of that. Most of the people don't believe that themselves anyway. They actually believe in spirits and all that kind of crap. But as far as an ideology goes, when I say Satanism, I just mean an organized form of atheism, and there is no. Okay, but anyway.
with a negative overtone. But yeah,
Yes, exactly. Because obviously it's a bunch of guys whose dads didn't pay a fucking attention to them, and they're mad at
or they got
God.
the wrong type of attention.
Yes, exactly. And it turns into hate. And you can't follow hate. You just can't. Like, and that's where some people go wrong. But it's ideologies. It's like, right, but he's always going to be they're always going to hate. And that's where the personal battle is. And that's why when people are like, how come you don't have to follow that guy? It's like they're consumed with hate. Absolutely consumed.
Yeah.
You can't, but America will generally pick that person as their leader at any moment and go, oh, this person. And it's like, you guys just follow whatever spirit you want to embody. It's like,
Luckily, there is a huge rejection
yes,
happening, you know.
yes. And that's the other thing. I'm not ignoring that.
That
That
is
there
amazing.
is a huge, the system rejecting the new liver.
Hmm. I'm in Hamilton, Ontario, and they rejected critical race theory, and right now they're on to the training,
That's good.
sexual training in the schools. They're rejecting that as well. The masks were brought back in. They rejected it. So, yeah, it's being rejected. Hopefully, the digital dollar will be rejected as well.
I mean,
I hope it's on point in Australia right now. I hope if anybody knows anyone in Australia, please tell them to spread the word to reject that digital dollar.
yes, yes. Australia, even though it's our Commonwealth, went the farthest of anywhere to the right, like the negative right with this that I could see, with the authoritarian, like the displays,
Yeah.
and I just couldn't believe it. Even the
What?
other day, there was a video of the guy saying we're going to go after people that haven't had the V. But the thing is, it's already been shown, and the guy who makes it is at Davos still selling the product, but admitting it doesn't stop or do anything
Doesn't
that
work at all. They have
at
no proof
all.
that it works at all. And
And and and really, the cry is, are refunds soon to be had? I think is where we're at now, and that's where it's going to be at for the next long time. I think that's what people will go to the streets for eventually. Just, are we getting our money back that they have in their? It's just sitting in their pocket. I
mhm,
understand money doesn't actually exist, but it's the respect, meaning we just want them to acknowledge. But at the same time, I don't need them to acknowledge anything. I just want people to get something that builds up, that lets children know you should fight and you can fight and you have a voice.
yeah,
So anything like that, I agree with. Yeah, yeah, and
I
that's
like
where
that
I'm
people are jumping.
positive.
I like people are jumping off the petrodollar now too, which is
Yes, these
incredible.
things are all positive,
Yeah,
all things to increase the momentum, and at the same time, saying to anybody who doesn't understand, I will take the time to explain it or to hip you.
hmm,
And like, let's slow down, smoke a doobie, and take the time because you're worth it. I think that's a lot where people end up getting to feel bad when other people don't take the time to explain to them what their deal is and what it's all about, man.
yeah.
Like,
I tried that. I didn't have success with that. But what I did have success with waking people up was dropping little bombs and hits on them and walking away. I didn't have any real conversation. I would just drop a bomb on them, or
yeah,
a little factoid. Did you know that the insurance companies aren't paying out for any of this? Did you know
yeah,
that? Might want to think about that. You know, just keep dropping hints. Over time, seem to work for me. Little
yeah,
bits. Um,
yeah, because you're
it,
not embarrassing anyone either.
yeah.
Because this is the thing that I always try to remember when I was fooled. And I wasn't totally fooled, but even with being hip about a few things, I wasn't hip about everything.
Hmm.
Like, in the back of my mind, I knew, but it's all a lie. Correct. But I couldn't put my finger on, I was an idiot. I didn't
Yeah.
even have the
Your ego
mouth.
takes a hit when you realize you're
Yeah.
wrong on something, and
Yeah.
that's
I really got punched in the gut, man.
yeah, yeah, that happens, and that's what happens with people if you uh, just bombard them with the truth. It's
Yeah.
it's like a punch to their gut, and they're going to
Yeah.
respond and react.
Yes. Exactly.
So
And
try it slowly, guys. Don't hit people with the whole enchilada. Just drop them a few toppings.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because most people, they turn off when they hear a certain volume or a certain wave at a certain strength anyway.
Yeah,
So you have to get it to them while they're still listening and thinking about the words coming out of your mouth. And that's, I realize now how many times I've probably spoken to people that weren't listening in the first place.
Yeah.
And I have to humble myself to understand you must. They have to be listening to you first, man.
Yep.
And
It's where we have to practice patience.
yes, yes, and that's why I always say if you got to be into what somebody else is into, or you got to understand their perspective to be able to adopt it, and then
Yeah.
hang out with them so that they can be like, oh, like because you took the time and you had the same perspective as me, so they'll let you in to their mind, and then you have a chance. Then you have a chance at least
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
heard. I mean, to be heard.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to create a little bit of a bond, and then you can be heard.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
Cool. Yeah, I do see good positive changes. I would like us to go to back to the gold standard and gold and silver.
Yes.
I think that's where we're going actually. Isn't Russia now their currency is backed by
Russia,
gold?
India, and China are all on gold standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's most of the world at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with the population, yeah. If you go,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's most of the
yeah,
world. It's
yeah,
probably more than 2/3.
And I think
yeah.
if I'm reading things correctly, the barter system is hopefully going to be adopted again to a certain degree in North America to the point where you can even open up a store called The Outpost. And it's like, we get it. We
Yeah,
get it. And
I
even
think
if
we
the
should.
government tries to do their stupid thing, it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, but they're not a customer. They walked through they walked through the back door, not the front. And that's honestly how you do it. But you still understand, yeah, but the whole front's our store and our home's back here. So you know what I'm saying, right? It's
yeah.
just that the government says you got to walk through that door, not that door,
You're
and
not a
you're
customer.
fine, neighbor.
You're not a customer coming through the back door,
Yeah, you're just here to borrow a cup of sugar, eh?
right?
Yeah, certainly am. Just here to pick up a couple eggs while I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I think
certainly, neighbor.
I think they should bring back the old style store where there was a person at the counter,
Yep,
all the stuff in the back, and you tell them what you want, and they have the job of going and getting it.
yep,
You know, gives jobs.
yes,
It's a safer way of shopping.
yep,
And you'd have to have multiple stores,
yep,
more employees. Filled with local products. You
yep.
know,
But if somebody wants to pull one on you from the whatever, it's like, okay, well, it costs you the entire inventory we have here. Like,
yeah,
at least, the whole, it's going to cost you the whole warehouse then. And that's enough for us to start up our own. Thank you very much. So if you want, you know what I'm saying? Meaning, well, if you guys want to cut, you know what the severance is? We keep the shit. And then obviously, you sell it all, and that should be enough for you to turn over,
yeah,
like,
and get new
and
product.
and that would seem fair. But yeah, like you said, things should be more local. The
Hmm.
stuff should be there, and they go and they get it for you. Like the hardware store, everything.
Yep,
And like, yep, we've got that here. They still do the wood that way. We've got the yard here.
yep, yep,
Like, and certain things have just stopped doing that.
yeah. And there's
And
the personal shoppers too at like Walmart and stuff. Where they put together your thing for
yeah,
you,
yeah,
right?
I remember. I remember
Just
at
doing it
Lowe's.
on a smaller scale.
Yep,
That's all.
absolutely. Absolutely. People need to understand.
Yeah. And if
Some
we're having
things
such
are,
a food crisis, if we're in such dire straits and that, why aren't we building greenhouses?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I mean, we'd be doing it right
and
here.
more
You
food
live in the same
production
place I do,
facilities.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And we know what corridor we're in. Like, we know
yeah.
that we live on prime earth,
Yes.
prime
I'm
black
in the banana
soil.
belt. I'm in the banana belt.
So the thing is, when people are, oh, food this, food that, no, I can get food right now, even though, let me show you outside. And it's like this for Max too.
Yep.
This is what outside looks like. It is just a winter wonderland.
Yep.
There's 2 feet of snow everywhere, if not 3.
Oh, they.
But they'll bring me that friggin' pizza, okay? And that's one thing that in Canada doesn't stop.
Yep.
there'll be an Indian guy at your door with a pizza, no matter where you live.
This is
But
around
no,
where I live. Look at all those farms.
look at that.
That's farms.
Yeah.
That's
You're
all
surrounded by
farms.
farms, Max. Me too. Me too. 5 minutes each. There's the fields are right there. The fields are right there. I'm the last resident in town. Well, I'm not the last resident in town, but I'm the last building in town. You know what I mean? Like from me, then you can see everywhere. Look at that, Max. Like, you know
All
where
that's
you and I
farm.
are. We're the place. Like, we have fields for China here too.
Yep.
like like when people think, what do you
Just
mean,
keep
Morgan?
going.
Ours is the richest soil on the planet or on the plane, right here, because of the Great Lakes.
Yeah. All
Completely
this is
surrounded by
all
the water.
farm.
All of it. Here's me
Right
down
over
here.
here, way over to Michigan. Here's Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I live, right there. You're on my house.
Oh, okay. You in
Yeah,
Richmond?
you were
Are
just
you?
on top of me when you were on this side of the water. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there I am.
Okay. Right on. Yeah, we're not far from each other, about a couple 100 kilometers.
Yeah. Wild, man.
Yeah, this is called the Banana Belt. We get the winds from the Carolinas. Come
Yeah.
straight up through here.
Yeah,
And
the corridor there that goes down. Okay, we're
yeah,
on the
we're
top
about,
there, going Lake Ontario. So the other side of St. Clair there, right? That's St.
yeah.
Clair, right?
Where? St. Catharines?
No, St.
Over
Clair, the
here.
river, that water
Oh,
body.
this one? This is, I think that's the Michigan River.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, it's the St. Clair. You're right. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry.
I love it.
My apologies.
No. It's just that, you know what I mean? Like, it's that
Yeah, I've got
my,
my kayak. I've got my 2-man kayak to get across there if we need to get out of the state, out of Canada.
I'm tickled. I did different types of things for a certain amount of years, and then I stopped and got my brain back. Went to college. You know what I mean? Did a bunch of things, and it's just I like how my
Yeah.
mind works for a 45-year-old man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like it.
Yeah.
I also love it that what they said about, well, I kind
I
of knew
get
the
lost
truth,
in
but
maps.
that weed isn't any type of a mental de-stimulant, like anything at all. In fact, you know, it can make you smarter.
Well, we have cannabinoid system
Yeah.
in our brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it offers deeper thought into things.
Yes.
Yes.
Although it does affect short-term memory, it doesn't affect long-term memory.
No.
And it if you're in the proper mindset, you can be quite contemplative on pot,
Yes.
thinking in different ways. And for some people, I think what it does is it helps balance the hemispheres.
Oh, yes.
Gold does the same thing. Gold will, if you take colloidal gold, it'll
Yes.
help balance the hemispheres of your brain, so you're thinking more in a balanced way.
Yeah. Well, I find I can see other people's perspectives more, and I want peace much quicker. I want resolution rather than any type of ego to continue causing the tumult.
Mm-hmm.
I want to return to good vibration much quicker. When I
Yeah.
can feel the marijuana honestly running through my veins.
Yeah, I have that with microdosing with shrooms. I get a real good peacefulness. Some pot, like Black Diamond, I can't smoke that. That makes me angry, actually.
Ah.
So I found some strains affect me really, really differently than you would think. But yeah, I actually got quite a bad attitude on Black Diamond. I had to stop
Wow.
that. So I find that I have to watch what breed and type I'm smoking, you know.
Yeah, but then again, I can see it though, because right now my brain's thinking there have been a couple strains of weed that I forgot that I don't, not that I don't like them, it's just that I will not select them unless there's absolutely nothing else available.
Right? Yeah.
Like
Maybe your subconscious mind working for you.
yeah. Well, Well, some of them are a real choker. Like they really do grab you by the boo boo.
Some of
And
those
some
high
people are like,
chirps.
"Oh, I want that," and it's like, "No, no, go ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead."
the
And they'll
ones with
choke, and
the
also they'll be like, "Oh," it's like, yeah, it's like straight up no chaser, and you might be really high, but did you like it? And they will not. I didn't really like getting here. No, that's right. You'd only do that if it was like where you were living, or because you were more like a religious ceremony. Like
Mhm.
you wouldn't just do that recreationally, what we just did, and neither would I. But that's the whole thing. You're hanging out with somebody who every once in a while, man, I get really high. It's just
Mhm.
that I understand I got to go through the Van Allen belt to get there. And you're going to have to accept that about the high, or else you're going to be pissed off once you get there. You know what I mean? So if you understand, you're going to go through hell, man, but then you're going to come out the other end pure. And that's why we're doing this, understanding I've been through hell already. I accept
Yeah.
that. I'm already there. Because
Yeah.
I'm not a
Some people
coward
will
and I
have a
accept
trip.
my circumstance, I can escape it. But
Some
until you
people will
accept
have
the
a
hell
trip
you're in,
that's
you
more like
can't
the
get rid
dark
of
night
it.
of the soul. And I've seen that happen. People having a really, well, not a bad, I suppose it is a bad trip, where they're just going through their darkness and hopefully coming to resolutions about that
That they've
through the
Jonah'd
trip.
before then. They've run away from Tarshish to get away from it.
Yeah.
And now they're in the belly of the whale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're seeing them in the belly.
Yep. Hopefully they come out, on the other
For
side.
real, man. Like I love it how what I just said made sense as opposed to being some nonsensical gibberish. It's like, no, man, that made perfect sense. She was in the belly of the whale. I mean, that makes sense. I love that.
Yep.
Because I want to be comfort to people that are in that tumult right now.
Yeah. And there's going to be a lot, if Alex is right, And there's something happening
Gotcha.
with Pluto,
Yes.
major with Pluto right now, too.
Yes, there is.
So it's coming out of, I heard it's described as it's coming out of its shadow,
Yes. We'll
which
see. And this is
means
for
that a
all
lot of
people and all
shadows.
flat earthers and everything, because what we're talking about is the star, the thing that's up there shining and doing its thing, somnolescing in the sky.
Yeah.
And now it's doing its thing as the word said it would.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever way you want to look at it.
I know. It's weird, eh? Like it's like when you look at the interpretations, all of a sudden it's like most of this stuff is similar. Yeah, because like they were all doing it like and then cross-referencing with the stars, and the only stuff that's gonna move forward is the stuff that's agreed upon, like is worth carrying. Like,
Yeah. So
wow, man.
so Pluto is the underworld,
Yeah, yes.
symbolized, where's my chart? By the number 17, if that's of any interest to you there,
Well, it's a
Alex.
cobalt. It's the coldest, or the
It
furthest
has
away from
a,
17
the
is an
sun.
8.
yeah, it has a 17-degree tilt. There are other
It's the
numbers
coldest.
associated with it. I'd have to check my chart though.
I once made the mistake of actually thinking that there was like this
17 is a
port
powerful
on
number. Sorry.
on Pluto.
Is it what?
I thought there was live beings on
Powerful?
Pluto.
Yes, 17 is a powerful number. They use the 17 a lot, actually. Or
Yeah,
017.
107, 17.
17 is Pluto's tilt. It's 17 degrees.
Wow. What a
Hey,
crazy.
if you believe in the white hats, they
Hmm.
use the letter Q. Q is the
Yep.
17th letter of the alphabet.
Yep.
So,
Ooh, well, that's an interesting
A circle
correlation,
with a
eh?
line in it, capitalized.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it on acid in the sky,
Oh,
man.
that's like the
I've
no
seen it. I
sign,
followed it. It
hey?
was. I followed it
Just
out toward the thing, like in. Oh man, and it was in
maybe
the sky.
maybe the Q will be the symbol for this age too. You but just a line through it completely. Like the no sign. We're going to finally stand up and say no. Maybe, I don't know.
yeah,
Just flying
No,
off
no,
the
no,
because
no. Across the radius and then the diameter. Yes, sure.
yeah. Although I
because
heard
what I
go ahead.
yeah. Oh no, what I understand, in March 2020, the planets were aligned with restriction. There were restriction on people, and that's when the conflict got introduced, right? I'm just talking about with the planets. And March now, the planets align with the restriction is released. So people can be more freely to express themselves, uh, with truth. that were hidden. So that's gonna
Yes.
come out starting March, and March is also a one universal month, and it correlates with the months, the actual months, because this year September is going to be a seven universal month, and normally it is a 7 month, and October being an 8, and November being a 9, and December being a 10. But this time, December is going to be a 1 actually, because it goes to 1 to 9 and then back to 1.
I was going to
So,
mention that, by the way, and you know, I was going to, because when once you got to the thing, I was like, no, then it starts over again at 9, and that's great. That was interesting how my brain knew that before you said that. I
oh
love
yeah,
that.
with the numerology, and but March we're going to see like a new beginning with new energy here. Maybe we're going to see something pop up in February, because it's going to be a 9 month. Nine is a closure month of
Yeah.
things.
No, that
Closure.
a complete yes, yes.
Yes. So I
And
don't know. This is a very interesting year. It's a
yeah,
very interesting year.
there's a lot
Oh,
foretold for March. Um, March could be a horror month, apparently. Lots of problems and death. So
You
be
can see
aware
it
of
that
that.
way
Be
too.
prepared. You
The
know.
people that have
Uh,
taken the V,
yeah.
or what I understand, the mice that they have tested on, every one of it, every mice died after 2 months, and 1 month is equal to one human year. So 2 years then.
he's
Yeah.
right.
So if you're taking the but you know, I've talked with some family members too. They take it. Some I've talked them out, and um yeah, everybody choose their path. They choose their time of exiting right now, of transition, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I do
So we
think
can.
ivermectin is probably the answer, but they've suppressed that. Here in Canada, they killed Bunny and Barry Sherman, who were drug manufacturers in Toronto. They died about a half year to a year before this all started,
Yeah.
and they made ivermectin. Now
Oh
they don't.
wow, brother.
Now they don't.
Oh,
That's
really?
Yeah,
that's come on.
yeah, they
That's
do.
it
Yeah,
right there, man.
yeah.
There's no coincidence.
No,
Thank you.
no.
Thank you.
And the way of their death, it wasn't themselves. They didn't do it.
It's the same with Carrie
So,
Mullis.
yeah. And then you had five African presidents that decided to. Well, they got assassinated.
Oh yes, the one
Four.
that tests the papaya and the goat.
Yeah. Well, there was five of them that got assassinated because they wouldn't go along. Replaced with puppets, and yeah.
Sometimes
So
I'm alone because I know that these things are real, and if I'm with someone, they don't have to be unhappy, but I want them to at least be mindful and acknowledge that these things that they're real,
yeah,
and
don't
that
let it
these hearts are
consume you.
breaking, and that's real. And it's like, and you know, and I'm willing to be by myself for a time. Like, you know, well, you have to be anyway, but I mean, I'd
Mhm.
rather be by myself, like, and understand these things and be with someone and put any negativity upon them. Right.
Yeah, just not
Yeah,
concentrate on it. You know, you just know what is keep positive is that I can clearly see, compared to 10 years ago, there are not much people talking about these type of things. But now I see there's an awakening happen on this planet. It's
Yes.
clearly to
yeah.
see people are waking up.
Staying positive is very important. That's one of the
Oh
Yes.
most
yes,
important things ever. Don't let this stuff get you down. Be aware of it, but be
yeah,
like Christ. Be in this world, but not of it.
Yeah.
Realize
yes,
that they are all eternal souls, and whatever happens to them, they will live on and learn from this. You know,
yes,
and
yes,
it is sad to think of the ways and things that happen to them and all that. But they're eternal souls too. So
Yes. And I'm happy though, as you guys can tell, like right now, and I'm not spending as much time, you know what I mean, with a, you know what I mean, like the girl that I, you know what I mean, that I, who is my my friend, and but you know what I mean. I'm not choosing to go spend time with her right now because like things are very not. I don't know if the word is stressful, but she'll still be there. You know what I mean? She's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get stuck in another town where trouble can be made, like, you know, for me getting back to my home and all these things, when I know there are certain things out there that actually would like to, you know, cause trouble for me. And it's like I'm being told like everything's okay as long, like, you know what I mean, like here in my place eating my food, and I'm so thankful for that. And I have a
Mm-hmm.
voice. I don't i don't want, for like selfish reasons, to just, you kind of what I mean, like push it and kind of ask the world to do this for me and that for me, to bend over backwards so that I can go and see my girlfriend. You know what I mean? um I feel as if something isn't going to go right,
Mm-hmm.
and I should have just waited like
Yeah.
until I felt the all clear in my soul, mind, and spirit.
Could be that you have some work to do, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
This year, people are gonna be forced to face their shadow side and to work on themselves. Self-reflection, self-reflection on yourself. Go deep in
Yes.
yourself. What's your desire? What do you want? What do you need to work on? What's
Yeah.
I don't want to
taking
stop
your
that.
energy?
Yeah. I have had that coming out in front of me, and I've enjoyed dealing with it. I don't want to stop that process by going and visiting her and then having that process get fucked up, you know what I mean, in her, and have the spiritual thing that I'm dealing with. And then she's now dealing with it. And it's like, no, and now I need to get back here and now get it going again. I'd rather deal with this as it's coming, you know, and not stop the flow, because I want to know who I'm going to be when this is over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
Well,
we're all here for a reason.
there is the saying though. You know, change change comes from challenge, and there's the other
Yeah.
saying that nobody reached enlightenment in a cave. Unfortunately, it takes
Yes.
interaction to achieve
Yes.
that, to achieve the control, the self-control of enlightenment.
Yeah.
Because you'll be fine sitting in a cave by yourself, nothing to bother you, nothing to interact with. You'll be fine. But enlightenment comes through the interactions that we have with others.
Yes.
Where two or more are gathered, there I am, says the Christ.
Yes.
So being together, doing things like this, conversing, sharing, this is how we grow. That's why it's important to be alive, because this is the growth.
Yes. That
Yeah.
definitely is. Definitely is.
Yes, Earth is a lesson. What I understand, we come here for a lesson. What we accomplish here is, I don't know, a 30 year here is a 1,000 years somewhere else. It's not a easy place, but um, when you succeed here, you're gonna be very advanced. What I understand,
Hmm.
but it's just a lessons. When you stop here, you continue to another plane.
Yes.
But
Well, yes.
what
Okay.
Yes.
what what I understand, what's gonna happen here? That's why there's um well, they tried to change the timeline also, but they didn't succeed. There's a higher being. Everybody know there's a higher being, God, controlling everything. Is controlling everything. There's a lot of event that should have happened in the past, but didn't happen. I know a
Mm-hmm.
lot that should have, but didn't happen. There was divine interference, and
Yes.
what I understand what's
Dude.
going to happen on this planet is going to affect all this universe and also other dimension.
Hmm.
So we're living in a very interesting time right now.
Yes.
Yes.
It's strength in that. There's strength in your excitement and hope.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I'm
Yeah.
loving this. I'm loving this snow outside. It's on all the branches, and I'm sitting back
I
and
went
just
for a
seeing it.
walk earlier. It was
Oh,
gorgeous. It was
oh
gorgeous. I love
man,
walking when it's snowing
it's
because
coming in romantic,
you would
Max.
think it's cold, but it's not. It's not cold when you're
No, no,
walking
it's
in
it's
the
almost
snow.
wet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless it's going sideways, then it's just too windy for to be
No,
out.
Mac. It's
But if
it's
it's just
fire. It's
falling, it's
fire
so
time, and
beautiful.
warm bear fur,
Yep,
and
absolutely.
then going to see going. Yeah.
Oh, it's coated the trees. There were such big flakes. It was beautiful. It
Yeah.
coated all the tree limbs and all the little branches, so everything turned a beautiful white color. So
Yeah.
beautiful. I do love the snow. And it's not cold when it's snowing. It actually is pretty warm.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I used to say. It's when it's too cold for snow that it's very bitter and cold.
Yeah.
When there's
15
snow, it's
minus 15,
always
it stops
warm.
snowing.
It made me realize that when they have it in movies and things like that, they know it's a cool thing to have, like to have that snow to work with.
Hmm.
It's a glory to have real snow. Like they'll tell all the cameras to just roll in Vancouver. We got the snow. Hit
Yep.
the cameras, get it done, whatever. Make up the lines, roll
Yep.
it.
This will be used somewhere.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, B-roll, whatever. Exactly. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Natural snow, man. It's a miracle. It really
Yeah.
is. It has to be in between that temperature too.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like it when it's so cold it doesn't snow. It gets we get
Yeah.
a barren wasteland.
Yeah,
And
Canada dry, I call it.
and then the cold gets to you. It just digs
Yeah.
through any layers of clothes you can put on. It's a bitter cold.
Bitter and dry.
Yeah. I think my dinner's almost ready. You guys
Yeah.
have any
Oh, yeah.
last words?
Yeah, my dinner's
No,
ready.
Ah, there's your dinner. Mine's still in the
nice.
oven. I gotta go haul it out. This was
It
awesome.
just, yeah, that was awesome. Thanks, Max.
Yeah, thank
Uh,
you.
yes, I can say stay high vibe,
Yeah.
work on yourself, meditate, that is key. Align, your mental and spiritual body, and everything's gonna be all right. Everything is in divine timing and order. So it's all
Awesome.
good.
Awesome. Thank you for coming, Alex.
All right,
You're
peace
welcome.
out.
That's a good
Huh.
word
Take
from
care.
Morgan. All right.
That is
Much
a
love
good
to you
word.
all. Thanks for coming by.
All right,
We'll
love
see
you
you
guys.
next weekend for class. Keep that
You.
third eye open. Bye bye.